Hi everyone, my name is Vasil Dab, this is Raisable Founders Hub, and welcome to our virtual meetup with investors from Silicon Valley. Today we're gonna discuss VC trends for 2025. So if you are going to raise 2025, you should definitely stay till the end because I prepared great questions. I collected them from founders. We actually have around 100 registrations for this event, and I see already almost 50 people join the event. So let's start from the introduction. We have Dr. Ekta Dang, the founder and CEO of You First Capital. They invest in enterprise software companies. Dr. Ekta is successful venture capitalist, board member, corporate executive, speaker, and writer here in Silicon Valley. So my first question will be about the expectations. What should founders expect in the venture capital landscape next year? And are there particular industries, maybe in NI directions, funding stages, or other trends you guys see? What hot sectors are you personally keeping an eye on?
Sure. So I do agree that we are in a recovery phase from a venture winter, which was pretty terrible in 2023. But going into 2024, I see a lot of optimism if the founders are playing in the right sectors. And by that, I mean that AI has brought a tectonic shift in the entire tech world, particularly the enterprise tech world. And in this tectonic shift, whether you are a country, a continent, or a city, you all would feel the disruption of the tectonic plates. So whether you're a Microsoft or a Google or an Amazon, you're having to explain your AI strategy. You're having to explain how you're embedding it. You're having to explain why you are partnering with a particular AI giant and not the other. How are you playing in this field? How are you securing your borders in this field? So given this tectonic shift, when even the large players, who were having a monopolistic hold on some technologies are having to explain um, and basically develop their AI strategy in a very dynamic mode, which is evolving as well. Given this macro environment, how would startups position themselves as good opportunities for these traditional buyers who are themselves in a displacement mode? That's the big question. And so, from that angle, founders who have understood this huge tsunami that just came in, it brought a lot of positive spaces, changes as well. So I wouldn't call it like I don't want to bring a negative connotation to it, but those companies who are realizing this massive opportunity are aligning themselves as AI agents, for example. And there is $1 billion in funding that has gone already this year into AI agents. So those startups who are feeling they're not getting funded, they should re-examine whether they're playing in the right field or not. And it's not just that they are feeling the pressure of having to reinvent themselves, pivot themselves, change their story, become an AI aligned company, but they are in that macro environment where everybody is having to do that. So it's smart to re-examine, realign, pivot yourself in a way that you still remain relevant in this environment of the huge shift that happened. But there are very interesting and new avenues coming out of this tectonic shift. Once the founders realize they are in a new world, it's fresh off the cuff that there are AI agents now that are going to make automatic payments for a consumer, which I think is huge because the previous wave of AI was bringing some level of automation with a huge involvement of the human. The second level was that it's learning from the human on how to do small workflows. The third level is there is that level of autonomy is going to be achieved or is desired where under the blessing of a large LLM or some sort of a version of a model that is validated and is very well known, they are floating out agents which are very personalized and very effective for a particular human, a particular organization to carry mundane tasks and repeated tasks in a very efficient way. So long story short, as long as you understand and realize the tectonic shift that just happened, and you're willing to re-examine, reinvent yourself, get the right kind of talent on board as well, then you are positioning yourself for a lot of dry powder that is already available, but needs to be diverted. And the decision makers to divert that dry powder to you need to be convinced that you have understood the major changes and you're very well positioned for success in future.